I recently read a book about a Silicon Valley entrepreneur named Naval Ravikant, who, aside from starting companies like AngelList and VPNs, was also an angel investor in successful early-stage startups that grew into giants like Uber, Twitter, Postmates, and many, many more. But what really drew me in was Naval's approach to being successful, and the practical advice he shared, and how he broke it down in a way that I'd never heard before. Now, in part of this book, he talks about how to get rich without getting lucky, and we're going to use rich and success kind of interchangeably, but essentially in 1,000 parallel universes, you want to be wealthy in 999 of them, not the one of them where you just kind of got lucky. So what we want to do here is factor luck right out of the equation, or better yet, sets yourself up for success by harnessing the right kind of luck. Here's what I mean by that. Dr. James Austin wrote a book called Chase, Chance, and Creativity, originally published in 1978, but was then updated in 2003. And in the book, Dr. Austin outlines his theory of the 4 kinds of luck, or as he calls it, chance, but we're just going to use the term luck for now. The first kind of luck you could call blind luck, where you just get lucky because something completely out of your control happens, just random acts of good luck. I mean, they happen, but they're rare, and they can never be planned for or anticipated. Next, you have luck that comes through persistence, hard work, effort, and good old-fashioned hustle. This is where you're running around creating a ton of opportunities by just putting in the hours. You're stirring things up, bouncing all over the place, creating opportunities and events, and putting yourself out there pretty much every chance you get. A third way is that you become very good at identifying lucky opportunities. For example, if you have a particular skill set, you'll be able to see things that others just can't. For example, this is why after dedicating most of my adult working life to practicing marketing, I'm able to position myself and my clients in the right places at the right time. But to those on the outside, it often looks like a whole lot of luck. Then you have the final kind of luck, the hardest kind there is, but arguably the most valuable, because this is the one you actually have direct control over. This kind of luck is all about building yourself into a unique character, a unique brand, developing a unique point of view or mindset, and becoming, as the quote by Steve Martin and the book by Cal Newport says, you become so good they can't ignore you. Just like how I can't ignore that this opportunity right now is so good to remind you to go down there and tap, click, or smash the like button, whichever you prefer. Although my advice is smash because that's just the most fun. The example Naval gives here is, let's say you're the best person in the world at deep sea underwater diving. I know, very specific example. But you're known to take on deep sea underwater dives that nobody else would even dare to attempt. Then, by sheer luck, somebody finds a sunken treasure ship off the coast and they can't get to it. Well, their luck just became your luck because they're going to need you to get that treasure. Now, Naval admits it's a pretty extreme example. The person who got lucky by finding the treasure chest, well, that's blind luck. But them coming to you and asking you to extract it and then giving you half of what they find, well, that's not luck. Because you created that opportunity by putting yourself in a position to be able to capitalize on that luck. Essentially, we don't want to leave luck to chance. So next, I'm going to show you exactly how to create your own luck by looking at the 4 different ways you can create leverage in your business and career. And I'll tell you the 2 that I think have the biggest potential right now. But first, a big thank you to SoloLearn for supporting this video. SoloLearn is the best way to learn how to code and has more than 20 different trainings from Python through data to web dev, and each one is tailored to your experience level, so you can be writing real, functional code within minutes of starting your first course. You'll even earn a certificate to validate your newly acquired skills, and you can get started today just by clicking the link I have in the descriptions below this video. So now, let's talk about leverage. In a long series of tweets, known as a tweet storm from a few years ago, and this is also shared in the book, well, Naval shared this quote by Archimedes, which says, "Give me a lever long enough and a place to stand, and I will move the earth." And the key word here is lever, or in our case, leverage, which leads me to this next tweet. Fortune requires leverage. Business leverage comes from capital, people, and products with no marginal cost of replication. And this is what I want to focus on. Naval refers to the 4 forms of leverage as capital, people, code, and media. But to help me remember these, I've used a little alliteration to create capital, community, code, and content. So let's break those down now, starting with capital. You see, capital is all about using money to create opportunities, either your money or someone else's money. Investing, building, buying, well, this is how the rich become richer, as they're able to continually reinvest and use this kind of leverage. Naval calls capital permissioned leverage, as you need someone to give it to you. Next, you have community, which is all about people and using labor by having people do work for you. This could be hiring staff, employees, contractors, anyone to help you accomplish more. But just like with capital, community is also permissioned leverage, as everyone wants to lead, but you need someone to follow you. And that's what makes these next two forms of leverage so powerful to you as a business owner, entrepreneur, freelancer, creator, or professional. Because the next two are permissionless leverage, which means they can work for you without needing anything from anyone. The first opportunity here is code. This allows you to create software, technology, and solutions for people at scale that can transform your business and your life. Many friends and colleagues of mine have done this quite successfully, like Alex Becker, who started Hyros, Dave Rogenmoser, who started Jarvis, and Casey Zeman, who started Easy Webinar. All amazing services. Plus, thanks to SoloLearn, you can get started today and be writing real functional code within minutes of starting your first course. But if coding isn't your thing, then you can still write books and blogs or record videos and podcasts, which leads us to content. Content is the path that I've chosen to take, and it's one that served me really well. The beauty of content is that it's open to anyone. If you have a mobile phone and an internet connection, then you can create, you can share, and you can build up a library of content assets that'll continue to build up your brand and business and authority even as you sleep. Of course, the key to making really effective content and making it work for you is to back it all up with a solid marketing strategy. And this is why the next thing you're going to want to do is check out the video I have linked up right here on digital marketing. So make sure to check that out now, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, the next thing that'll really help you become a better digital marketer is to understand the differences between strategy and tactics and when to use them. Strategy is all the